Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Meisinger, your host for the ISE webinar series, back for another week, where today we have our special guest is Steve Nison. Steve is the founder and president of candlecharts.com. He's going to be talking about secrets to profiting with charts for FX options trading. Really look forward to this. As you know, candle charts are very, very popular. Steve has been following candle charts for a number of years. He's a leading expert on this subject. So without further ado, I want to introduce Steve Nison. Steve, thanks for joining us.
Great, thanks. It's really my pleasure. And, you know, it's interesting because at the beginning of the session, you were talking about the importance of, education, and that's something we're really going to be focusing on in the session here. And if I had to pick one word, really, that separates the successful from unsuccessful traders, it's education. So let me just go to the first slide here. Okay. Now, especially with a market like today, I'm wondering how many of us feel like this. Big bullseye on your backside, right? Now, one of the ways that could really help you feel like you avoid having a bullseye on your backside is really through education. And as the person who revealed candlesticks to the Western world back in the mid-1980s, it's amazing if you think about it that before my work there was not one charting system anywhere in America or Europe that had candlesticks, not one. And since my first book came out in the late 1980s, now candles are on every charting package. And I use a lot of Japanese proverbs. These are, after all, Japanese. And I use the word candles and candlesticks interchangeably. These are, after all, Japanese strategies which we've applied to the world markets, whether it's U.S. or Europe or anywhere. And that's why they work particularly well in Forex, but I'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But there's a wonderful proverb that says, deep roots are essential for a tall tree, and your roots to a deeply successful, long-term, profitable, hopefully profitable, trading career, whether you're doing it part-time or full-time, is education. I like to compare the market to like a bad neighborhood. It's not like a sheep, a bad neighborhood. Like a bad neighborhood, okay, you don't want to go there alone, and your best ally in trading is certainly education. So that's why it's great to be working with ISE and the staff there, because they, like my shop, candlesticks.com, really focus on education. Now, it took me hundreds of thousands of dollars of research to uncover what I call these secrets of the Orient, and years and years and years. And obviously, we won't have time to go through all of it today, but we will start down the path of education, kind of a takeoff on the Chinese proverb, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So we're going to begin our educational journey today. And we're going to be focusing on, obviously, the Forex markets. And, candles are really, really popular. In fact, just about all the other analysts, I know John Person's going to be speaking for you soon and all that. Keep one thing in mind, that all the most popular analysts, always and successful, all add candles as another tool in the trading arsenal. I do seminars for institutions, and they have their favorite trading techniques, the Western technical techniques, and they add candles to them. And you could, see John Bollinger does, John Person does, and the list goes on. And I'm going to explain why candles are such an important complement to all these other technical systems. But before we begin that, just want to mention, with all the popularity of candles, it's kind of a, in one way I'm flattered, because when I was writing my book, my big fear was, because nobody knew about candlesticks, after really taking a year to write the book, and that includes a year of research and so forth. I was worried I'd go to Barnes & Noble and find it in one of these bins. They used to have these bins called Books for a Buck bin, and that was my big fear, and that has not turned out to be the case. That's the good part. The bad part is candles, it's interesting, they become so generic now. It's like a lot of people don't realize that the word Band-Aid or Scotch tape, those are really brand names, but they've become generic names. And the same thing with candles. So it's really gratifying to see, candles in all the charting packages. But there's some really well-intentioned people who use the candles, and they're not giving the right information. And, I'm the one who spent the big bucks on the translations and all that. And again, it's kind of gratifying to see that others are using my material to take off on their analysis. But I got this wonderful comment from somebody who attended one of my seminars. Everyone that teaches candles quotes the master. Why not go to the master? So I said unto Scott. No, I'm just kidding. So I was really complimented by that. But just to give you a sense of what's involved, I'm still doing education. I'm still doing research. I love teaching. I love doing the education. And this is my desk here. Okay, so you can see the Japanese books that I've had translated. I wish I could do the translation myself. I would have saved a lot of money. But here in the middle, over here, this book here with all the tabs, these are the English translations of the Japanese books. So you can see how many hundreds and hundreds of pages I paid to have translated. And just to give you a sense, each one of these pages is a couple $100 is English. So I'm still learning new things. I'm still incorporating my 30 years experience. So, we all continue down the path of education, and that's truly something that's going to separate you from the unsuccessful trader. So I want to, not only thank you for attending, but really compliment you on recognizing the importance of this very, very vital aspect to your trading, i.e. education.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.isc.com/podcasts.